Hi guys, I'm going to show you how I did this mani that I've already done on my right hand. I'm actually going to do matching hands because we've got family pictures tomorrow. So I'm going to take off my rings so that I don't destroy them. I use peel base on my nails. So I've already got that done. It's dry. And just a tip, if you use peel base, and sometimes it can be really slow drying. So what I like to do is just dry it with a hairdryer, and that speeds things up quite a bit. Anyway, when I'm doing color blocking and striping tape and all that, actually the striping tape has nothing to do with it. When I'm color blocking, I always do a layer before I start using tape. The reason for that is with the peel base, if you use the tape on the peel base, then it just peels off the peel base and kind of defeats the whole purpose, I think. I mean, it might still work because it's just a small area, but anyway, I do it like this. So I'm just gonna do a, oh, hello. I'm gonna slingshot my orange stick into my dip, and then I'm gonna do a layer of clear on my thumb or on all my nails. And I'll activate that so that when I put the tape down for my color blocking, it doesn't take my peel base and all that off with it when I remove it. So if you don't use peel base, you can skip this step and go right into putting the tape down and color blocking. But because I do, I cannot skip this step. I'm going to attempt to talk as I do this. If I'm quiet, it's because I'm concentrating. Because sometimes you need to concentrate. Apparently I need to concentrate when I'm doing clear. I don't know. I don't know. It's the end of the day, and I'm a little tired. So the other thing I always do with almost every single coat of dip is I go around my cuticle area. That just keeps it kind of looking nice, keeps the dip off of your skin. I'm kind of sloppy with my application. I always have been. It's fine. I know this about myself. So then I just work around and clean up after myself. It's fine. I know there are some people that don't have to do this and they can be all neat and tidy. That is not me. I am not that person. I will also point out that these liquids that I'm using are from Simply Southern Nail Dips, and they're available for pre-order right now. I think they should launch soon or be available, like ship soon. I think mid-October is when she said they were going to ship. So I guess it's only October 1st. But anyway, she sent all of the influencers for her sets to test. And I have used a lot of liquids, and I've liked a lot of liquids. I started out with Rebel's Professional Liquids, which have a really bad reputation, right? So I feel like because I mastered those, I can pretty much get by with just about any kind of liquid. Obviously, I prefer some to others. Getting back to it, I like these a lot. They're my favorite, and I actually ordered more from when she opened them up for pre-orders because I really, really like them. For me, they go on really easy. A lot of times when I try to do thin coats with my liquids, I feel like I have to like brush a million times on my nails to actually get it to cover. And that really bothers me. Like, I hate when there's dry spots left on my nail and stuff. So I don't have that with these as bad. I can use thinner coats and they actually cover my whole nail. So that's a really big bonus. The odor's not real bad. The activator kind of smells like mothballs, which is weird, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not bad. But the actual, like the base and stuff, It doesn't have a strong odor. The first time I used them, I came out after doing my nails, and my kids were like, "Why does it smell like Granddad's house?" Or Granddad's old house, sorry. It's like, well, I don't know. It just does. But I know that's not uncommon, and I've seen that review left on other brand liquids. So for me, that's not I don't know, not a big issue. Especially because the liquids work so well. I really like them a lot. The base for sure. Top coat is also super shiny, and they're not easy to contaminate. As you can see, I didn't even wipe when I used it, and I have purposefully not wiped off my brush. Because I started with Revel, I'm usually really, really good about always wiping my brush. But there you go. I haven't been with these, and they're still good. And I've been using, I don't know, I probably have less than half a bottle left, so there you go. Top coat, super shiny. I did have an issue. I'm outside a lot, and I do wear sunscreen. So on lighter colors, I did have some yellowing with it, which again, not an uncommon problem to have with top coats. So just something to be aware of. If you're like me and you're outside chasing puppies and toddlers, there's some that don't have that issue probably, or I don't know the workaround. Just be mindful if you are wearing light colors that they might yellow. But I actually really like it. I like the consistency, and it's easy to use. So definitely a set of liquids that I would recommend, is the short version of that story. Okay, so I got these fun little nail tapes. That's the word I'm looking for. And I have a whole stack of them. I got them from the Shein app, and there's like all these fun, well, these are kind of normal shapes, boring shapes, but there's fun shapes too. Somewhere in there's like hearts and stars and things that I haven't used, or like those. Anyway, I got those from the Shein app, and I love them. So when I do this design, I'm actually going to do it a little bit different than I did on my right hand. So you can see I have this like rounded color block. Maybe you can see. I don't know if you can actually see or not. So when I did it on my right hand, I actually did the light color first, and I kind of had some color staining when I dipped it into my most favoriteest color, which is Josephine by Untitled Dips. Anyway, so I'm going to reverse it, but I need to think this through how. Okay, so I think if I do it like so, okay, yeah. Just trying to spatialize. I just made up my own word. It's cool. Plan out spatially. Okay, so I'm going to do that one first, the dark one first, which means I'm going to do the big side. I don't know if that's going to be easier or more difficult. We will see. So I typically, when I color block, I only tape, if I'm just doing two colors, I'll just tape once and then kind of trace my line. I'll show you. In this smaller space, that might be difficult, but we'll see. Okay, so I taped and then painted that space, and there you go. And then I'm gonna always come in with that, clean her up, and give her a dust. So if you get a whole bunch on your tape too, it's often a good idea to go in and clean that off. It just makes it easier to pull the tape off in the end. If you don't, it's not a big deal. If I have one that sticks, I'll show you how. I usually just will use tweezers or cuticle nippers and just kind of dig it out, and don't panic if you run into that. So again, here I'm concentrating, but There you go. And so then I'm going to pull that tape off. And I find it easiest to use tweezers. And if you see me reaching above the camera, it's my trash can's up there. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to dust all of that. And I had pretty good coverage just doing 2 coats, so that's all I plan to do. Okay, so then I just come in. So it definitely was easier doing it the other way with this step, but I think it's okay. So I just very, very carefully trace that line, that edge there. And then I often don't make sure that I get this sidewall area, but I'm going to remember to do that. Okay. Oops, I need to not move those because that's where my camera is. I often find myself outside the screen of my camera when I do videos. Even though I strategically place my tools and everything inside the frame, then I get sidetracked and I forget and I do things off where you can't see it. So sorry. Okay. And I'm gonna just do it. So when I come off screen over here, I have a dust collector that I'm dusting off into. And again, I'm probably not on screen. Yeah, I like reversing this order because it keeps this kind of cream colored base cream colored and not pink. I lost my contrast when I did the darker color second. So there you go. I'm gonna shake this a little to the top. And when I do that, I'm pressing foils down, and I think I'm actually, do I have any on my, nope. I'm actually gonna come in and add some foils in here, because I kind of didn't do a great job getting them in there. I wasn't going to do the whole piece again, but then I did, so there you go. Okay, so I'm going to grab, there's some kind of greenish colored ones that I'm wanting. Well, I shook them all away. Now I don't see them. I'll just go with the rose gold. That's a good color. Or this brighter gold. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to just dip back into the powder to seal those in. Okay. So again, I'm just dusting into my dust collector. Nothing to see here, kids. So there you go. I love using those tapes. It just makes it gives you a nice crisp line. There are times if I'm doing just straight lines, look at me, I'm getting stuff in there, that I don't use tape because it does add that extra step and it's a little more work, but man, I love the lines that you get with it. They're very crisp and clean and looks nice. I will say, so doing this on my right hand was not the easiest thing in the world to do because I am very right-handed, but this is a whole lot easier putting them on with my dominant hand. Okay, there we go. I am bothered by that piece of foil in my favorite color, Josephine. Oh, I don't know that so this other color, this one is Golden Rose by Bombcity. I don't know if I said that. It's a really pretty foil, one of my favorites actually. Josephine, this one, the mauve. I don't know if you can see it, if it picks up well, but there's those really nice gold shimmers in it. I don't know, it's just really it's a classy color and I love it. Someone asked me once, if I can only use one color for the rest of my life, which would it be? And I'm pretty sure it would be Josephine. She's just perfect. I have a lot of favorite colors, though. Obviously, it's very hard for me to decide. That was a hard decision to come upon, but I think that would be, because it's neutral enough you could wear it for basically any occasion, and it's just, I don't know, it's pretty. I like it. Again, I'm just accessing my trash can. I like the contrast has stayed, so that's nice. I was a little bummed. I mean, you can see, so it darkened that color up pretty significantly. Anyway, that's going to bother me that I didn't reverse it. Oh well, it's fine. Usually when I do matching hands and I do a design, I'll flip them, right? So they're a mirror image. But I didn't do that. It's cool. It's no big deal. I don't often do matching hands unless I've got something special going on. So, in fact, I kind of almost forgot about the fact that I had to do my nails in a matching and somewhat, I'm going to say the word modest, I don't know whether that's actual, but more neutral. Something that when I look at these pictures later on in life, I'm not going to be like, what in the world is on my fingers? Maybe I still will be. But so again, these tapes I love them. They are the best. And I kind of like, it's hard for me to think, okay, where am I putting it? There we go. I want you to move a little bit. There we go. Okay. And sometimes when I'm color blocking, I forget when I'm doing the first color and I don't really need to be careful. I forget that I have the tape and I can just slap it on there. And I start out really careful and slow. And I'm like, wait, what am I doing? And so when I do around my cuticles, another thing I also do is I kind of try to push that liquid up. So instead of like just slapping it and pulling it, I put it down and then push up a little. And I think that helps just get a smoother, well, it gives me more control over where the liquid goes, one, and then it Just keeps it thinner and smoother around the cuticles. So I say, now my right hand, I got really, really thick. Instead of just doing one coat of clear after my peel base, I did two. So, and then because it's my right hand, they're like, I mean, they're chunky. It's fine. I'm not too terribly worried about it, but I actually kind of like my nails thicker because I feel like I'm not gonna break them off, but those are a little thick for my liking. For the length. I mean, I guess too, when I had my longer nails, they were usually that thick because I'm not super careful with my nails. And having that thickness obviously adds strength, but anyway. With the shorter nails, I don't need them as thick. And it's something like they just feel thicker when they're shorter. I don't know why that is. Perspective, I guess. And I see a hair in my powder. I think that came, yeah, I'm going to say that probably came out of my brush. But I'm going to get it out before I dip and it's stuck to my nail because that's annoying. I've had that happen where you're like, oh, get dog hair or people hair. Always awkward. Sorry, I'm just picking at my foils here. Okay. Going back to the Shein app. So these were, I think they were like $1 or $2. They're super cheap. Now, the free shipping minimum is kind of high, but sometimes they'll do like a free shipping special where any order ships free. So that's when you get in there and you, or I mean, I guess you just load up your cart. I think it's $50 is the minimum, but I love it. I have actually gotten a lot of stuff from there. I've gotten some clothes and I've been decently impressed with it. One of those, just read the reviews. I mean, it's like that anywhere, right? If you buy from Amazon, you have to read reviews. So I like their stuff though. Their jewelry is kind of nice. I mean, it's not like a super high quality jewelry, obviously, but when you get a really cute pair of earrings for $1, can't beat that. And I recently cut my hair short, and so now it's like in a short, like a chin length. Well, it's grown out right now, but I had it at a chin length bob, and it was super cute with like the long dangly earrings. So I have an order from Shein coming, and I bought a bunch of earrings, and you know, I didn't actually get any nail stuff. I should have. I didn't think about that. I was adding stuff. I needed to get some like random things for my kids' costumes, Halloween costumes. So I did that, and then I was like, gosh, I mean, I should just add on to get to my minimum to have free shipping. So I did that. Oh, I should remove the tape before I do that. But they have some really cute transfer foils if you do that. I need to, someone actually recommended, I need to go back and find that because I didn't get it when they recommended it. Who was that? Might have been Rebecca. Anyway, I don't use a lamp, so I've not ever tried transfer foils. But if you do, they have some really, really pretty ones on there that are, again, just ridiculously cheap. and I like cheap. And then they have, I almost dipped in there, like the nail jewels and tools, and it's really a lot of stuff. So there's my plug for the Shein app, Shein. Good stuff, cheap. Oh, that's Ollie's, but which is also kind of a fun place to shop if you like bargain shopping. I've not ever found nail stuff there, but other random items like dog poop bags, man, they have those. And treats, and I don't know. That just was what came to mind because that was my most recent purchase. So I'm going to add a foil back to that because I kind of dusted some of them off. So when you want to go back and add a foil, that's usually what I will do, is just add a little dip where I want it, a little liquid where I want it, and then hand place that foil. I kind of like to scuff it up a little so it's not like a perfect little foil. You can, that's just a matter of preference there. Stick, come off of my, oh boy, it doesn't want to come off my tweezers. There we go. Okay. And finally the pinky. I about put it on backwards. Right? No, I had it right. Okay. That's peel base that I'm scraping at, by the way. Because I'm also sloppy with my peel base. Basically everything I use I'm sloppy with. It's fine. I'm going to put those up. They're out of my way. That off. Put my favorite is color up. Okay. And do my last color block here. For some reason, I always contort my hand really strange when I'm putting it into my cupcake liner. I don't know why. There's an easier way to do it. I know. Okay. Now for the fun part. Striping tape. It's kind of the bane of my existence. I should have... I don't know why. Don't know why I didn't have that separated already. So I use this thing. I don't know if it makes a difference, if it's easier or not. I use it. And sometimes I find that the tapes will stick better if you activate and buff it really smooth before you start using them. I had good luck not, here we go, see, not adding that step. So hopefully I will have that same good luck with the left hand that I had with the right. These tapes also came from Shein. I have this. There we go. And again, they were like $1.50, but they're sparkly. They're glittery. I love it. So I'm just pressing really hard to make sure that it's adhered well. And then this is some clear that I have contaminated with foils because I'm messy. Okay? I'm messy. I'm fine with that. I'm gonna cut that tape just a smidge. So when you're working with tapes, you want to make sure that the ends are encapsulated. Good night. See, I'm messy. I'm messy. So I cut that a little more. And now I'm coming in with my dip base, and I have a really light touch on that. A lot of, when you're using dip liquids, a lot of tapes bleed. And I've not really found a workaround with that. I just know some do better than others. Some of the prettiest metallic colors that I have bleed really bad, and it's just pointless. Like, I can't even use them. They're so bad. These actually, they're sparkly. They do pretty good. I'm trying to remember. There was one of them that I used that bled, and I think it was the rose gold. And that is the same in the metallic. I can't get the rose gold one to work in metallic. The color just bleeds right off. Well, I'll show you. Oh, I left it open. Nice, good job. Anyway, so like I have all these different sparkly colors, and it would be, I think this rose gold one is the one that bleeds. Just so you know. Oh, no, tape. I have to focus here. Focus, Corey-san. The hardest thing about tapes is doing them one-handed, right? Even doing them on your non-dominant hand, they're just a little tricky. I'm going to use these. Oh, you came undone. Fantastic. Try to get her. So what I often will do is they stick to my skin better than my nail. So you can see I have it adhered here-ish till I touch it and make it come off. And then I'm going to press down really good. But it's hard to get them straight and pressed. There we go. It takes a lot of finger dexterity and focus and dexterity. If you're really having a hard time, if you get it like right now, obviously this side was stuck. I'm going to start over on that. I've not had, once you have them cut, it's really hard to get them back into position. So you just do it again. So I'm going to try to, there's a weird thing on it. Get it lined up-ish. Grab it with my thumb and run it down. that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it, and I'm cutting it. Stay. Just set it back down. I was trying to do it where you could see it a little better, but it's really tricky. I'm sure some of you are watching this like, yep, not gonna do that. That looks like way too much work. And it is. But the results are gorgeous, so there's that. Okay. Press, press, press. There we go. There. See? You just have to be persistent. And just a light touch on that dip liquid. And then try to make sure that you encapsulate the end really well. So certainly not the easiest mani I've ever done. It's got a lot of stuff going on with it. My nippers are also getting kind of dull, which certainly doesn't make it very easy. I need to buy new ones. There. That one actually was a lot easier than the others. Kind of dried there in my skin a little. Kind of get on a roll. Hopefully. Got a rhythm going now. Except I don't have a very steady hand. I'm gonna live with that. I don't really like it that I cut it a little short, but it's adhered, so I'm gonna leave it. Because I think once I file my free edge there, it's not gonna be as noticeable that it's short. So. And if it is, then it is. It's fine. Because I am certainly not perfect. Okay, the pinky is always the hardest one for me because I don't have another finger to grab onto it where I need it. Go. Okay, I'm going to cut it from the thing so I can position it. Yep. There we go. Easy peasy lemonade squeezy. That's crooked. Oh well. Ah, I move it even more. Look at that. It's a little punk. Okay, so I'm going to be very gentle as I push this into the powder because I don't want it to move. It didn't. See? Almost like I've done this a few times. Okay, so there is that. Doesn't it look lovely? So whenever encapsulating the clear, always brush off the excess really well. Gently on the still drying nail. This clear that I'm using is Everly's clear, and I love it. It's my favorite. I've sampled a lot of different clears too, and I keep going back to Everly's. It doesn't do me wrong, even if I'm not super careful about my application, and there have been times that I forget to dust off, and I haven't really run into the cloudiness issues even doing that, so even not taking care of it. So I love that. And when I do tape, because you have that raised bevel from the tape, you know, it's obviously sits higher than the rest of your nail. I like to do 2 layers of encapsulation, so that when I file, I'm not filing off my tape. So just a little trick there. All right, so then I'm going to activate file and shape. Well, I'm going to dust them off. Then activate file and shape and top coat. But that is how I do striping tape and color blocking